Quran. Find me one Muslim in the entire world that does not agree that the Quran begins with Al-Fatiha and with Surah Al-Nas. Find me one.
Ubay ibn Ka'b?
Ubay ibn Ka'b radiallahu anhu did not believe that Surah Al-Fatiha ends in Surah Al-Nas.
He didn't have 2 extra surahs in his Quran?
No!
Ibn Masud didn't have 111 chapters in his Quran?
No! Miskeen!
Ubay ibn Ka'b didn't say Ubay ibn Ka'b didn't say that there are over 200 verses missing from Surah 33?
Not at all. Let me explain this. Let me
he didn't have extra words?
He did not. He did not. Let me explain.
He did not have extra words.
Can I explain it now?
Well, yeah, but I mean, even Yusuf Ali's commentary admits it.
Yusuf Ali was an Ismaili, as I told you.
Yeah, Yusuf Ali is just lying about what's in.
Okay, let me
what's in the Qur'an of Ubay ibn Ka'b.
Listen.
So this is commentary on the verse, Surah 33, verse 6. The Prophet is closer to the believers than their own selves, and his wives are their mothers. He says, in spiritual relationships, the Prophet is held to more respect and consideration than blood relations. In some Qur'ans, like that of Ubay ibn Ka'b, occur also the words, and he is a father of them, which imply his spiritual relationship and connection with the words, and his wives are their mothers. So in his Qur'an,
so he's saying, hold on. This is your ignorance again. Bring me the ayah. David Wood's going to get done another time now.
Yeah, because
you're ignorant.
Because Ubay ibn Ka'b screwed up.
Because you didn't understand the hadith. That's the problem.
Okay, that's the note. That's the verse.
So the note is
for some strange reason.
7-4.
For some strange reason, Ubay ibn Ka'b had extra words in his.
He did not have extra words. Here, in this recitation of Ubay ibn Ka'b, which again this is one of the shadh recitations, meaning this is not established from the mutawatir ahadith.
When he says this is a shadh, this is an irregular reading. It's not the mutawatir. Is this an early Muslim standard? Is this an early Muslim criterion? Did early Muslims, judge by whether something was mutawatir, whether something was mass transmitted?
So the concept of tawatur, which was early on, was not used. There was no one in the early period said that the Quran was mutawatir. That's the later concept that was applied later on the Quran. Even people like Ibn Mujahid or Tabari, they never used this term to describe the Quran.
You don't know anything about, but what can I do? Here, the word is pronounced differently. It's not an additional word, which changes its meaning from their own wives, from their own selves and wives, to rather their own fathers. But this is first off, this recitation.
And he is a father to them.
Right. Again, so like here, how he is closer to them. In the recitation, the word changes the meaning of it. Not that there is an additional word, right? Like the word.
He said, occur also the words.
Let me explain it to you again, and you get it fine, and you can read it. But the thing is, you don't really want to learn. The word walid and walida, for example, right? And just to change in recitation changes the meaning. Both of them being correct.
So he's saying that the recitation is what changes the meaning, but it's not a different word. He's actually saying that he is a father to them, and he is a father to them. He's saying that that is not addition of words. This is just a matter of pronunciation. I mean, this guy is such a liar.
The word walid and walida, for example, right? And just to change in recitation changes the meaning. Both of them being correct.
So he gives an example. He says walada, which means to give birth or to father, and walid means a father. He's saying that the only difference is pronunciation. Actually, it's true that there's a different pronunciation, but there's also a different spelling. Walid actually has an additional letter. It has an alif in it. So you're actually adding a consonant. So his example doesn't fit what he's trying to say.
It was not the additional word, but the difference in recitation that gave the depth in meaning.
So it's not an additional word. Well, this is what David Wood is talking about, by the way. It says Ubay would also read the words, and he is a father of them, in that passage in chapter 33, verse 6. And according to Uthman, this is not an addition of words. It's actually just elongation of like a vowel or something. So it says, so the verse says, Muhammad is closer to the believers than themselves, and his wives are their mothers. And he's saying that apparently if you like elongate a vowel in Arabic, then it's like, and his wives are their mothers. And that elongation, like that means he's also a father to them. That's what he's really suggesting that. Like, it's crazy. Let's just go to it. So this is the encyclopedia of the different readings of the Quran. It says that in the Mus'haf of Ubay, and Ibn Mas'ud and Ibn Abbas, they would all read it as, and they would have these additional words, not just pronunciation, like Uthman said, not just pronunciation, but they would have these additional words, and he is a father to them. So these are additional words, not like Uthman said, it's just a matter of pronunciation. I tried to bring up an example. So this is the example that he gave. He said like walada, and walid. So walada is the verb meaning to give birth, the father, and walid means a father. He's saying that that's the difference. That's the difference. I mean, this guy is such a liar. I think a better example would be walada and walid. So the verb meaning to give birth, and then a son. This is where you have the same consonants. The only difference is vocalization and vowels. Okay, he said that this is not an addition of words, and we just found out that it is an addition of words. You can see clearly you have, and he is a father to them. These are all words. It's not just a matter of pronunciation.
If textual variance proves that a book is unreliable, then you just left Islam, Uthman. I raised up the argument that there's a textual variant in chapter 37, verse 12, where Allah says to Muhammad in the Hafs Quran, Belabjepta, you were surprised when they mocked. While in the Caliph Quran, it's, I was surprised, Belajeptu, Ajeptu, I was surprised when they mocked. Which one is it? Now, Uthman said that I was saying the word wrong. I didn't know what I was talking about. It's not abjepta. There's no ta or a tu. It's ajibat, right? It's ajibat.
Ajibat.
Now, so I asked some Muslims who speak the language, and I wanted to get their opinion on it. Are you able to read this, MD?
It says Belajibta.
Ajibat.
Belajibta.
Ajibat.
Belajibta.
What you say is right. Ajibta, when you read a single word.
It is not ajabta.
What you say is right. Ajibta, when you read a single word.
So according to the Muslims who know the language, I, the non-Arabic speaking Christian, was correct. We see that he already is out of his depth. And he was so nervous here. This is such a big issue that even their scholars talk about this. And I quoted Al-Qurtubi that talks about the differences that they had and how a certain group was reading it one way while another group was reading it another, and how one group rejected the other reading, right? And so he tried to bring evidence from Al-Qurtubi that says that there is no difference in the meaning, that the meaning is the same and it goes back to Muhammad. So I phoned in a friend who is a native Arabic speaker, and I wanted to get his thoughts on the matter.
37:12. This is the Hafs version, right? You, Muhammad, you wonder while they mock. That's what the Hafs says. Someone is talking to someone. You, in this case, you. Bal ajibta, you wonder, you are shocked while the enemies mock you or they mock your religion, whatever. So Allah is talking to Muhammad. If we go to the other versions, to the other qira'at, like Khalaf an Hamza on top, the Khalaf version for short, it says, but I, bal ajibtu, Allah talking about himself. So Allah is the one talking about himself, that he is the one who is shocked, who is wondering while the enemies mock. So is it Muhammad? Is Allah talking to Muhammad, or is Allah talking about himself? And how can Allah be shocked, Brother Avery?
Oh, that's a great question. He's supposed to be all-knowing, isn't he?
Yeah. And it's not only the Khalaf version, many versions. Actually, I counted them all that I had found. Exactly 6 of different variations that contradict the Hafs. 6 of them. Now, as you see here, I put a small comment underneath. Do you see it, brother?
Yes.
This says, this was the reading of Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas chose Ajibtu. He didn't choose the Hafs as the Hafs says it. So should we go by Ibn Abbas or by Ibn Ketchub? What do you think?
Well, I think Ibn Ketchub is a little bit, he's the new ink of the Ummah.
Aywa, he's the new scholar of the Ummah. Yes.
That's really
new scholar of the Ummah. Do you see, guys? He just threw Ibn Abbas under the bus and he chose another opinion that also can be found in Tafsir al-Qurtubi. But if you see here, Ibn Abbas actually chose the one with the Ajibtu. That's what the Arabic says here.
So that's called the Dhamma, right? That's called
Dhamma, yeah, the Dhamma, Fatha. Fatha kasra. So the Hafs version has a fatha. Ajibta, you, right? The dhamma, the thing that looks like a 9, let's say, as you see here on top, the 9. If I make it a little bit bigger, look, it looks like a small, tiny, 9, whatever you want to call it. A 9, let's say, it makes it O, the Arab, right? O, you. So the grammar changes, the meaning changes. And this was the reading, how Ibn Abbas used to read it.
Exactly.
Why didn't he included that part in his video? Boom, boom.
So you mean to tell me that he was picking and choosing and found one little opinion that he could hold on to and say, see, these are the same meaning.
Yeah, he went here on the page, brother, because this is Tafsir al-Qurtubi. Look, brother, on top, Tafsir al-Qurtubi. Do you see it?
That's right.
Bal ajibta. This is the Hafs version, supposedly. Ajibta. This one does not agree with Ibn Abbas. As I showed you, Ibn Abbas was reading it with a Dhamma. And here, there's a guy even saying, I am choosing the qira'ah of Ali wa Abdullah wa Ibn Abbas. Ibn Mas'ud, by the way, that's among the 4 guys, remember? Muhammad said, go to Abdullah ibn Mas'ud.
So Uthman selectively cherry-picked a section of an opinion of someone to make it seem like he was correct and justified in what he was saying. But if you read the entire tafsir, and if he reads what Ibn Abbas said and what the others said, Ajib 2 goes to Allah. Why are you lying, man? You're caught again.